right, there are certainly deal breakers in any relationship when you're just like, okay, this is over. But Abby heard of one the other day, a little unusual.
Yeah, I know we were laughing yesterday about how shallow that I can be on dating apps, like swiping left on a guy who drinks Pepsi, or if he has to listen to a white noise machine before he goes to bed.
Or if he's spiritual.
Or if he's
and
spiritual.
not religious.
Yeah, well,
I had an epiphany yesterday. And I'm
Was it a spiritual one?
Well, with all of them.
Were you praying to your crystals? Did your crystals talk to you?
As I was reflecting back on the day after the show yesterday, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, Abby is repulsed by me. I'm short, I've got muscles, and I'm spiritual. But that's the trifecta of ick for you.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it is.
Do you listen to white noise machines?
Sometimes.
She's not repulsed by you as a person. She's just repulsed by possibly dating you.
Well, that's not going to happen, so we're safe there.
Yes.
But yeah.
So you should feel good about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Did it get better for you?
Not really, no.
anyway, my friend was telling me about something that she might think could be a deal breaker based off of something she learned about a guy that she recently started dating. I mean, this is like very, very fresh. They met super recently at like a tailgate, and she called me up a couple weeks ago and was like, Abby, I think I found my soulmate. And I'm like, oh my God, tell me about him. So she's like, well, he's rich. And I'm like, okay, what else?
That's it. He's got it all.
And he's like, she's like, he's nice. He went to Florida. He's a big football fan, so we can go to tailgates together. He's employed. He's cute. And on top of that, he also has the exact name that she's always wanted her boyfriend to have.
Get out of here.
Oh my God, this is destiny.
It's destiny. So all the stars are aligning. Not only is he rich, but he also has the right name, because girls are weird like that. Like, we have a mental list of hot guy names that we would like to date, and he is on the list. He's made the A list of hot boy names.
For you, what is your number one hot boy name?
Anything that has I love like a Sam. Like, just like a basic.
Ooh, very basic.
Like a one-syllable name?
Yeah, just bland.
Do you guys have a name that you would look for, like, as soon as it hits you, you'd be like, ooh.
If you told me I was going to date a Bart and marry a Bart,
Yeah.
I would have called you stupid.
Bert, Mo, not probably among the top sexy names. But for one,
I don't have one.
You don't
I've
have
never
one?
even thought about that.
mine would be like, it would be South American. It would be something like Isabella.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh,
That
yeah.
is a hot girl name.
Yeah. Hi, meet my friends Isabella and Bert.
You got to balance each other out.
Now I would change it to Berto.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay. Or maybe Papi. Anyway. I'm sorry, I just made things uncomfortable. Okay, so my best friend has been super stressed out because she is applying for residencies because she's going to be a dentist and, has to fly across the country to make sure that she can secure a job next year. She went to Chicago, she went to Delaware, and recently she went to New Orleans. And she was really, really excited about this because she wants to kind of stay in the Southeast and not be super far from home. So he actually knew about it. And when she got home, he sent her flowers with a little note card, just congratulating her on the interview and then saying, I'm so excited for dinner tonight.
Damn.
So later that day, she's really jazzed to go out with this guy. She's texting me. She's like, I'm going on a date with my future husband. I'm so excited. We're going to a fancy steakhouse. And the next day she was telling me about it. And he ordered a bottle of wine. He had all the best recommendations for food. And she said at the end of the night, something happened that usually happens around the third date with people. You get a little wine tipsy, you go out for a nightcap, and then you start word vomiting all the things you've been trying to hide from this person in order to look attractive. And she said some of the hot topics started coming up about, like religion and family and where they want to live, as they get older. And the conversation surrounding politics came up. And she just kind of brushed it off. It was like, oh yeah, I believe X, Y, and Z, and I voted for X, Y, and Z. And he said, that's great for you. I hope that you don't mind that I'm apolitical. And she was like, I've literally never heard anybody describe themselves as apolitical. She's like, well, what does that even mean? Like, you want to like tear down the political system? And he said, no, it's a lot more indifferent than that. He said, it just means I'm completely indifferent to politics. I don't really subscribe to a certain party. I don't really care about the political system. He said, I did vote in one election, but in the other, I didn't like either candidate, so I just sat that one out. And she said at first, like, it was kind of a turnoff. She didn't really know how to respond to it because there was no way to continue the discussion because she was like, how do you talk to somebody about something they're not passionate about? So she just moved on. And she called me the next day and she said, I don't really know how to feel about it because to be honest, I'm pretty indifferent about politics, but I feel like I'm at least an active participant in my country. I vote. I know about certain issues. And she said it was a little bit of a turnoff that he didn't have any kind of convictions, and she didn't know how to feel about it.
The convictions about politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me at all, man. I think that you're protecting yourself from a lot of frustration.
Yeah, you are, but I do feel like you have an obligation as a citizen of this country to be. You don't have to be active. I am not active. I am not educated when it comes to politics. Like I get by on the bare minimum to make what I think is the proper choice in a candidate when I go in and I vote. But I make sure I go in and I vote because I feel it's my duty as a citizen of this country to participate and try to make our country the best I can.
I don't think you're very different than most Americans who don't care about politics at all until they have to. So 2 weeks before a major election, which is like the presidential, I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying this is how it's done in our country mostly, is like people don't even know who their Congress person is. Have no idea. So I think it's not bad to sort of have it at arm's length, and most of this country doesn't even pay attention until 2 weeks before a presidential election, which is why we're in the place we're at right now.
That's a fact. I completely agree. That wouldn't bother me at all either. But if it bothers her, and it bothers her already, there's probably something that will continue to bother her.
Okay. She's going to think about it. I'll let you know how she feels about it if she ends up breaking up with her future husband because of it.
Can I tell you what crosses out apolitical?
Listening to white noise machines.
No. Rich. You said rich at first, so she'll definitely get over the politics thing if he's loaded.
Yeah, politics don't apply to you when you're loaded.
The Bert Show.